If you make a good sacrifice, you go down in history. Guys, I don't want to go down in history. I want to go up in life. I'm gonna live in this life only once, and I want to do. I ended my last video with this question: how could you be promoting selfishness for men and expecting society to prosper? The answer is very simple, guys. There is no contradiction between these two facts. They both can coexist, they both can be right. Okay, so there is the society, the big society where everyone works together, where we build the civilization and everything, okay? In that society, there are smaller groups, there are people closer to you. And I'm gonna use this very famous Arabic saying, which is me and my brother against our cousin, me with my cousin against a stranger. So the people who are closer to me, I will side with them. So if I want a good thing for myself, or I want a good thing for my brother, and that thing would go against the system, for example, I would advocate for him to do something not illegal, but something that would give him an advantage. So let's say something very simple, which is like a hair transplant or a surgery. You can easily say, if everyone else gets a surgery, if everyone else gets a hair transplant, the value of the surgery is just reduced because everyone has it, and now it's worse again for everyone. Kinda like the Juggernaut law, but not quite, because if you raise everyone's standards equally, nothing matters anymore. We can just, for example, the story where Monse Musa, or what's his name, the rich guy who passed on a village in Egypt and he gave them pieces of gold for everyone. And since everyone had a lot of gold, they stopped working and they started selling stuff for even more gold, and he ruined their economy, everything about them, because economy is like the creation of needs. Like you have a need and I sell you a service or an object and you give me money and then I buy something else from you. But if you come and give money to everyone, there is no economy. So basically, if you make everyone rich equally, no one is getting any richer. Except that we do not have any Jeff Bezos who's gonna give money to all men and make us all equally rich at the same time. That is never gonna happen, okay? So when you gain advantage, you actually gain advantage over someone else. Some people are trying and some people are not trying, and I'm not even gonna discuss that in this video. All I'm saying is there are people who are gonna get that advantage, so better be me, or it could be my friend, while still wishing that the society doesn't get fucked in the end. So I would tell my friend, okay, do this surgery or do this lux maxing steps or whatever. Like, I'm giving advice to my close friend. I can give him that advice without actually worrying about everyone else applying that advice. Because first of all, it's not like when I say, hey, it's better that you get lean and you do hair transplant, that everyone is gonna do that, nor it's gonna be beneficial to everyone. But at least when I do it on videos, there is also the benefit of getting like more audience, getting more subscribers, subscribe to the channel, by the way, and I get like people, I don't know, maybe asking for one-on-one consultation or whatever. Like there is a benefit when I share this advice, but if I'm selling it for free to my friend, it's because I care about him and I would want him to gain an advantage. And even if though I'm not okay with the system, I can be totally fine exploiting it. So there is a system and it has flaws. I want to exploit these flaws because if I don't, someone else will.
If everyone thinks like that, we won't have a society anymore. That is very selfish. Listen.
You must care about yourself because according to my previous video, I said that you have intrinsic value. Maybe, again, to another woman, like to a Stacy passing by, you have no value. Okay, but you as yourself, if you're not gonna give that value to yourself, no one is gonna give it to you. So you might as well care about yourself. Like you want, at least if you couldn't get a happy life, at least like get some hobbies, do some fun stuff for yourself. If it comes to my personal benefit and societal gains, like even by margin, right, I will still choose myself. I mean, there is nothing wrong about choosing yourself. There is no greater benefit. Like if you make a good sacrifice, you go down in history. Guys, I don't want to go down in history. I want to go up in life. I'm gonna live in this life only once, and I want to do things that makes me happy. And if by being happy, if I become like, I don't know, rich and I help other people and I go down in history as this philanthropist, and okay, that's a side benefit, but it should not be your goal to go down in history. Like you did not even go up in life and you want to go down in history. That is, you get my point, guys. Okay, I am going to record the next video because I think that if I'm in such mood, I must use the advantage and record as many videos as possible and then drop them like this in the week. So please subscribe, like this video. Again, I said YouTube doesn't care if you just watch. He only takes like counts the views if you like, dislike, share, or do something with the video. Okay, put a comment, whatever. This was Guiding's Vault, and I'm again retreating.